Hi everyone. I wanted to talk about why I am an advocate for opioids and the chronic pain community. Well, I am a chronic pain patient myself, and I've been treated horribly by doctors, other medical professionals, and so on. So, the reason why I am fighting for chronic pain patients is because I want to show them they are not alone dealing with incompetent doctors or being treated like a drug seeker when they are pain seeking. Pain seeking is different from drug seeking. Pain seeking is to try to get help to help their pain, but doctors like to use that term drug seeking on everyone when it's not drug seeking. I have stage 4 endometriosis, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, fibromyalgia, and PCOS. So it's a struggle. Like today, I was spotting. My OB put me on birth control, and she only wants me to take the red pills, just regular birth control, and skip the white pills so I can stop having periods. But it seems like I'm still having periods, so I don't know what's going on. So I'm also a big advocate for kratom and marijuana, even though I don't smoke marijuana because I don't like the feeling of being high or stoned. I don't like it, but I am for people medically if they really need it that helps them. That's great. They deserve to have a quality of life, just like people who take kratom or opioid pain medication. There is no shame in taking opioids. And the sad thing is there is so much stigma about opioids. You take one Vicodin, people are like, you're going to get addicted. It's like, do you realize, have you been to school before? No offense, not trying to be mean, but have you been to school before? Because there's two differences between addiction and dependency. I have been over this several times. So for new people that are here that are saying, well, you could get addicted to pain meds, yada, yada, yada. Well, did you know that addiction means you want to get high? You go hospital hopping, pharmacy hopping, you get all these pills, you take them within a day, which I don't know how it doesn't kill someone. And then you either take your drugs and sell them for higher drugs like meth or heroin, or steal them from your own family. That is addiction. Addiction ruins lives. What's ruining lives for chronic pain patients is paying the price for people who wanted to abuse. You know, I hate when people say, "Well, I took 2 Vicodins after surgery and then I got hooked like that." Okay, first of all, if you've been taking, opioid pain medication after surgery for a week, your body does get dependent on it. That doesn't mean addiction. Addiction is you love feeling high, and I never feel high off my pills. In fact, I don't get any side effects. The only side effect I'll get is I'll take it at night so I can sleep good, and that's it. So people who say that, oh, but my friend got addicted after surgery. Ask them though, do you know if they're really addicted? Because yes, your body can get dependent on anything. There's people who drink coffee like 3 or 4 times a day. And I remember I met a friend of mine who said, I'm just going to stop drinking coffee because my heart keeps getting jittery each day. She stopped drinking coffee cold turkey and she went through a withdrawal. She was agitated, shaking. So it doesn't really matter what you get off of. Antidepressants can cause withdrawals, but it doesn't mean you're an addict. Dependency is you are dependent on that medication. You are very cooperative with your treatment plan with your doctor. You go to the pain clinic every month, do a random pill count, random drug urinalysis. You go to the same pharmacy. If you do go to the hospital, you let your doctor know so they know that you're going to the same ER you're going to. So it's very different from addiction. And what sucks is the stigma on opioid pain medication is causing many people to be against it when they know that chronic pain patients are suffering. And then you have the anti-opioid crusaders who have the audacity to say, well, take a Tylenol, take an ibuprofen. There's many other things out there that can help. You do not need pain medication. And that is very ableist, what you are saying. Very ableist. You know what? You want to know why? Because if people are taking pain medication as prescribed and it's giving them a quality of life, so you think it's okay to take that away from them? I don't think so. That is absolutely cruel, barbaric, and inhumane. I met so many people from the rally that said they were on pain medication and their quality of life was phenomenal. They could work, they could clean up their house, but then once they got forced tapered or cut cold turkey, bedbound, wheelchair bound, can't do anything around the house because the pain is so excruciating. So how is that fair? Because people like to do this. Okay, this is sad. People have died from addiction. That's very heartbreaking. I can't imagine what the family's going through. But taking it out on the pharmaceutical companies because your son or daughter happened to abuse the medication is not their fault. They liked the high. They went to stronger medications. They died, which is sad and unfortunate. So you want to ban opioids, but you do not care about the other side, like chronic pain patients that we have to suffer. I've met so many anti-opioid crusaders saying, well, I'd rather see chronic pain patients suffer than them getting addicted. And the worst part is, if you're in hospice, there's many patients that have spoke out on Twitter about that their mother was in hospice and they do not want to give them pain medication before they die because they're worried about them getting addicted when they're dying. Like, there's no way they can survive. They're in hospice, they're on life support, they're in pain, and they don't want to give them pain medication because they're worried about getting them addicted, which is absolutely barbaric. Even third world countries wouldn't do this. So people need to know that the opioid stigma is very real. Just because you don't like it because you know someone that got addicted, less than 1% of pain patients get addicted. It is an illicit fentanyl crisis, meaning street drugs laced with pain medication, with fake drugs like fake crack, fake fentanyl, Molly, and all that stuff. Here, Oregon just decriminalized hardcore drugs, so addicts won't be treated like a criminal, which they shouldn't. It is a sickness, but however, chronic pain patients are paying the consequences because of them, and that is very unfair. We both deserve equal treatment, but differently. Addicts should be able to go to methadone clinics and get their Suboxone, while chronic pain patients have a right to live a quality of life and receive opioid pain medication if it really helps them. Again, opioids are at a last resort. If you try everything else, if you try and it doesn't work, there is no shame to take pain medication. I'm so tired of fighting for quality of life. I am tired of fighting with these incompetent people online, doctors, people that, well, I got addicted, or, well, my friend got addicted. I'm sorry, but don't take it out on us. That was not our fault. We never get addicted. We never get high. We have never sold our drugs. We lock away our drugs because we don't trust people. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to make this video because I'm exhausted. I'm really exhausted. I kind of am taking a break off social media a little bit. I'll check it, but I try not to interact because there's people saying they hope chronic pain patients die off or we're low-key addicts, and it's very frustrating because how would you like to live in a body where your whole body is on fire, someone dipped you in acid, your bones are being twisted around, and for men, this is why I can't stand most men, not saying all men, but most men who are misogynistic like to say, well, women, they shouldn't go through that much pain. They can push out babies. But what if some people can't have kids? Like me, for example. I am infertile, and I deal with endometriosis, and I have a really split uterus, really messed up. And they have the audacity to say, well, just suck it up. It's just period cramps. That is very misogynistic. 85% reported that men get treated in the emergency room more than females. There was a poll or a statistic that when a man comes into the ER with a kidney stone or stomach pain, they get treated within an hour, get pain meds, get whatever they need, get tested, and then leave. Well, women come in and they have to wait 3 or 4 hours while being excruciating pain, and then they'll hem and haw about giving you pain medication. If they do, they'll give you a very low dose and send you home. Now hospitals are declining pain patients coming in, meaning let's say you come in that you have pain that's worse than before, like you've never had this pain. Like, yeah, you deal with pain, but let's say you had like this really bad stomach spasm and it was painful, you've never had it before. You're thinking, oh my God, it's a kidney stone or appendicitis. doctors can now say, well, I see on your chart you're a chronic pain patient. You're not getting opioids, so please leave. That has happened to me. Garden City Hospital in Garden City, Michigan, about 4 or 5 years ago, I came in with the most excruciating back pain, which I never had back pain. I get hip pain, but not back pain, and it was spreading to my, private area, and it felt like someone was dipping me in acid, and I wanted to get a CAT scan to make sure there was nothing abnormal in my system. They came in right away. They said, I'm sorry, hon, you are a chronic pain patient. You're going to have to leave. We have more important people than you. Well, come to find out, I had an ovarian cyst that was coming out of me, like out of my urethra, or my vaginal wall. It was like horrible. So like doctors should not turn away patients if something is wrong. There has been cases of doctors saying that, like, oh, you're not going to get treated because you got chronic pain, and the patient goes home and then ends up dying from a complicated, like, a burst in their system or appendicitis. So doctors, I have a really hard time saying thank you to them during the coronavirus pandemic. That's great. That's their job, to save people. But at the same time, doctors have been treating pain patients like crap, criminals, addicts, like, oh, you're here for a Dilaudid shot or a morphine shot. They assume right away that you're there to get drugs when you're there saying, this is a different pain. I've never had it. I want to make sure I'm not, dying or something's exploding. And they just laugh at you. I had a radiologist who was doing an ultrasound on me to check for ovarian cysts. And I'm a virgin. I've never been sexually active due to my beliefs. And I told her, I said, I don't want to have that done because that will hurt me, and I'm a virgin. And she says to me, so you never had sex? And I said, no, I don't believe in it till marriage. That's my belief, but I don't shame others for it. She's like, why are you living in the Stone Ages? Which is absolutely uncalled for to say that to somebody. If someone wants to save themselves for marriage, that's their belief. I'm not going to slut shame you and say, okay, you're a slut, you have to sleep with 50 guys. I don't do that. That is your own choice, and I'm not going to judge you. But you judging me for being a virgin and being afraid of a vaginal wand going up you to check for cysts is scary. It's painful. And then they expect you to have that done and not give you anything for pain, which is just absolutely barbaric. I have a feeling, I just have a really gut feeling. I have really good judgment. I have a really good, I'm not psychic, but I can see into the future almost, that now surgeries, I bet you in a couple years from now, surgeries, there's not going to be anesthesia anymore because anesthesia is addicting, as doctors say. So they're going to just numb you up, cut you open without anesthesia, and they won't get you nothing for pain but IV Tylenol. And then they'll send you home with nothing, tell you just to take regular over-the-counter Tylenol. And I'm also thinking down the road, this sounds crazy, these are my conspiracy theories, that over-the-counter Tylenol or ibuprofen, any type of over-the-counter pain reliever, will be scheduled drugs. It's like they want to kill off patients that are in pain. They think that we're losers, we leech off the government. And in reality is, I worked my butt off to get a job recently, and I got the job on the spot. But I need to have a quality of life. I need to work, but also function with pain. So I'm very blessed that my OB is my pain management doctor. And I'm also very grateful for Kratom, which helps a lot. So this video is about the opioid scare tactic and stigma. There is nothing wrong with opioids. If you use them as responsibly, you won't have a problem. If you take them, as the doctor tells you, and you get dependent, like you run out, you're like, oh God, I'm going to go withdrawal. That's just dependency. It's not like you're getting high. Antidepressants, I was on Prozac about a month or two ago, and I got off cold turkey because my memory was so bad, and I went through the worst withdrawal. And it has nothing to do with opioids. Any type of medication you get off cold turkey or forced taper, you're going to go through a withdrawal. Just like how people smoke cigarettes and they're like, okay, I'm going to quit smoking and break up their cigarettes and not smoke. And they go through, like, they're angry, they're shaking, they're having anxiety, heart palps. You're dependent on it. Doesn't mean you're addicted. I always say addiction is, you just want to get high and stoned, because that's the main purpose. Or sell money, become like a drug dealer, which is not cool. I sympathize with drug addicts. I really sympathize I sympathize with the drug addicts that want to get help, and the ones that are on our side saying it's unfair that pain patients have to go through it. However, I do not sympathize for the ones that do not want to get help and blame their problems on opioids and say, oh, I want to ban opioids. Opioids are so bad. But they don't think about us. They don't think about legitimate chronic pain patients, CRPS victims that are dying from suicide because the pain is so much. They don't think about us. They only think about themselves. And I agree. They deserve help. They deserve respect and dignity. They deserve treatment equally like us, but a different case. Treat them with methadone or Suboxone, while chronic pain patients should be treated with opioids if it's at the last resort. If that's the only thing that helps you, then so be it. I also think that we should sign a contract that if you overdose or get addicted, it is not the doctor's fault, it is your fault. So I saw that a lot on my Twitter from people saying they should just make a contract that if you get addicted or get high or overdose, that's your fault, not the doctor's, because the doctors explain how to use them. So this is my video. I just wanted to talk about it because I am just so sick and tired of people shaming people for taking opioids. There's even chronic pain patients that are shaming other chronic pain patients for taking opioids. Well, I take Tylenol or I take gabapentin and I'm fine. Good. That's good for you. Good. I'm glad it's working for you. But did you know there's different pain levels? Like, people are so stupid. Their common sense is down the toilet. I'm just so angry. I'm just so frustrated. And for the people that have been watching my videos and giving me positive comments, thank you. I will keep fighting for you. I will keep fighting for all chronic pain patients. I will fight against doctors, medical professionals, and government that do not want opioids in the world. And also, I'm going to be linking below is Claudia Mirandi's Twitter. I want you to follow her. And then I'll also be linking in below is the rally website that I've been promoting. So yeah, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll make a video soon. I just haven't been feeling good. I look like crap. My eyebrows are gone. Good old trichotillomania. So alright guys, if you have any questions or if you just need a vent in the comments below and I'll write back to you. Peace and stay well, and don't stop fighting. We will get your rights. Opioids are a basic human right. Keep fighting.